We're going to build a complete course and membership funnel using the new Thrive Apprentice 4.0 and ThriveCart. We don't have a lot of time to waste, so let's dive right in. All right, before we get started, I want to go over just a couple of assumptions. The first one is that you have Thrive Apprentice and you have it installed and configured. The second assumption is that you already have your templates built, you have a basic understanding of Thrive Suite, and you have content added for your courses. If you need more details, if you need more of an explanation on the nuances of template creation, modules, chapters, lessons, all of the details that are super important, but way too much to go over in this video, then I definitely recommend you check out my Thrive Apprentice 4.0 course that's available right now that goes into all of the details from the very beginning, setting up all of your settings in Thrive Apprentice, creating all of your templates, making sure you have all of the design aspects correct during the setup process, and then into all of the course detail options. And if you stick around until the end of this video, I have a special offer that you're definitely going to be interested in. Okay, so progressing past the assumptions, we have our course details set up. We have our content all set up. All of our lessons are inside of chapters and modules, and we're ready to go with connecting our course into the rest of our funnel. So step one is going to be connecting our course to a product. A product is a new feature in Thrive Apprentice 4.0. Products are what gets sold by something like ThriveCart. So let's walk through the creation of a product right now. Here we are in my product section, and just a quick explanation of products. Think of products like a container that you can dump all of your courses into, pages on your website, and all the things that you want to protect into, package them up nicely, and then sell them. Now, up until this point, we've been talking about courses. Well, products can be memberships. Products can be bundles. Products can be single courses. Products are anything you choose to put into that product, package nicely, and then get ready to sell. So you can see on mine, I have several products. I have one course inside my Thrive Apprentice Master course. I have one course inside my other courses. I have Convology Pro, which is 7 courses and a page. I have several products on my site, and one of them is a membership. For this video, let's go ahead and create a new product, and we're just going to create it on my real site here. We'll call this one our ThriveCart tutorial demo. Let's add all 3 of our Thrive courses here and click Add to Product. Now we have a couple other options to go through here on the left. We have our product content, which we can see here at any time. We can come back into this product and add anything that we want. We have our access requirements, which used to be under the courses themselves, but as of Thrive Apprentice 4.0, it's been moved into products. And what we're going to focus in this video is the ThriveCart product one. But what's really nice about this is that, and you can go ahead and read this if you want to, basically all of this is handled over at ThriveCart. So we technically don't have to do anything at all under access requirements, which is super nice. Then we have Drip, and if you want a complete overview of Drip and how that works, I have a video on this channel that you can check out all about the basic Drip options that was recorded back prior to the release of Thrive Apprentice 4.0 as a preview, and then inside my course I have all kinds of detail on this if you're interested. For this product, we're just not going to worry about Drip. Now let's go on to access restriction rules. Access restriction rules are basically your site's way of saying what happens if somebody tries to access your content and is either not logged in or is logged in and doesn't have access. And there's a couple really neat new things that I want to show you. To begin with, we have 2 contexts. We have our standard contexts, which is basically the user's not logged in or the content is locked because it's being dripped. And then we have our purchase protection, which is our site basically saying, hey, we know who you are and you don't have access. So by default, you're set to default site behavior. Now that might be okay if you want to set up like a default message, but I like to get more specific. I like to tell people why they're seeing essentially an error message. I like to tell them, you have to be logged in to access this content. Do you own it? Click here to log in. Do you not? Click here to buy it. I also like to tell people if it's locked because it's being dripped. Instead of just kicking somebody out and saying, you don't have access, error, I like to say this content's locked. Content unlocks on this schedule. Give them a little bit more information. And maybe one of the most important ones if you're trying to make money with your courses is purchase protection. Here you want to create a message that says, you don't own this course and here's how you go buy it. So let's go ahead and start setting these up. Under our standard context, we have our user not logged in. If I click on default site behavior, we're not going to use that. We're going to set our own. And I love the display custom content. Clicking on display custom content, this is going to show content that you create using a Thrive Architect interface, and it's going to show it inside of your content restriction templates that you built when you went through the site creation wizard. This is pretty easy. Let's go ahead and just click edit with Thrive Architect. And by default, they give you something that looks pretty good. But what I like to do is I like to customize it a little bit more. So what I like to do is come in here Let's take an image, let's drag it up here, and I like to customize this for my particular course. Let's assume that we are going to just make one for my Thrive Apprentice to Master course. So I'll insert an image, I'll get rid of this one here. And remember, we're building one for someone who's not logged in. So by default, the text they've added says you must be logged in to access this course. This course is only available for registered users. I think that's a little bit redundant. I'll say you must be logged in to access this course. Click here to log in. We can customize this button however we want. We can brand it to our colors, etc. And then we can edit this button. Maybe it says already a member or already own the course. Click here to log in, right? That's pretty straightforward. That helps people out. We could create another button, and this one would say, so maybe we'll say not enrolled. Click here to buy, something like that. You get the idea. Now, by default, they've done something really nice with that first button. They've already set it up to go to our login page, which we're going to go over in just a little bit in this video when we go through the login flow. Don't touch this button, leave it exactly like it is. For this second button, what we can do is we can send people to our sales page. So I'm going to make it look a little bit different just so that it stands out from the other button. And then I'm going to, instead of this dynamic link option, I'm going to go to static link and I'm going to send them to my sales page. So when I've got my URL in, I'm going to open it in the same tab. I think that converts a little bit better. And now I'm ready to go. So as you can see, not a lot had to go into this. You can get as creative as you want. Just know it's going to fit right inside of that template that you created for the access restriction templates. So when you're done, go ahead and just click Save Work and close that out. Now that we're back here, you can click Save for good measure, and you can see that user not logged in is displaying custom content. We're going to skip the drip one, but you can repeat the same process there. Just let people know content unlocks and this current content is locked. And then we're going to go to our purchase protection option. We're going to say display custom content and click on edit with Thrive Architect. Now we're going to repeat the same process. Little tip here, you can actually, if we expand out our element tray here, insert a template, which is a way of basically not having to redo all the work that we just did, even though it wasn't a ton of work. And let's go ahead and drop in our templates and symbols and choose one that we've already created. All right, I've dropped in my template that I've already made. And in this example, the user is logged in. So we need to tell them you don't own the course. Here's how you go buy it. So for me, I like to tell people this course is only available to Convology Pro members. That's my all access membership, and enrolled students. They can click here to enroll in the course or click here to join my membership. And then all I have to do is click Save Work, close the tab, click Save again. Now, what's really cool in Thrive Apprentice 4.0, they added this little button here on the right, Add Rule. If we click on that, we can create additional options. We can select conditions like the user's purchased another product or the user has a WordPress role, and we can name our rule, and we can create really neat ways of upselling people from one course to another. It's a way for you to get more targeted and reach people that you already know something about that you can create custom messages for. So it's a really neat feature. And I just wanted to point that out to you in case you're interested in using that. Now let's talk about how our users are going to get their login credentials after they've purchased our course. I'm under Settings, Email Templates, and I drop down from here and say New Account Created. There's only one template, so you can't get lost. Now, this is the default way that users get their credentials when they purchase through ThriveCart. You can see down here at the bottom, I have ThriveCart checked so that after a new account is created after purchase, they get this email. This email is going to come from your website. You need to make sure that your website is set up to send emails. That's usually something that most sites aren't able to do because their SMTP and hosting and all sorts of other issues exist. Again, a little outside the scope of this tutorial on how to set up transactional emails and SMTP, but I do have other videos on the channel that I'll link in the description for you to be able to check out. So this is my actual email that I send out to people who get an account created on my website. I say, hey, first name, this email contains your account information that you'll need to log in and access everything you've unlocked at Convology. Here are your account details, and the system will automatically put those details in for us. We just need to make sure we include these two short codes that Thrive gives us. And then I just say to them to log in and access the main dashboard, visit the link, and it's a button that goes into the email. And then I let them know if you have any questions about accessing your content or need any assistance, reach out to me. Pretty simple, right? You can customize this however you want, change the text. Okay, that's the account credential email that goes out. That's just, here's how you log into my website. We're going to send them another email. And for this one, you're going to use your email marketing tool. That could be ActiveCampaign, ConvertKit, or in my case, I use Fluent CRM. So let me show you how I set that up. All right, check out how simple this is. I'm inside of Fluent CRM. It's an email marketing tool that's just like ActiveCampaign and ConvertKit, but it's built right into your WordPress website. In this automation, we're actually looking at Convology Pro, my membership. So when somebody purchases that, they get a tag applied. When they get tagged, I send them a welcome email. And then after that welcome email, I put them on a list. So this is really easy. You click into here, you can see when they are tagged Pro member, and then here, send them a welcome email. And what's really nice about this is that you can just create almost anything you want. It has the option for HTML emails, WYSIWYG editor, or even the block builder, which I hate, so I just use this classic one. And I just let them know, like, welcome, here's basically how you get started. Here's how you access your content. I give them another link to the dashboard. I give them another link to the pro community. It's really just a recap of the confirmation page, which we're going to go over next. But first, let's talk about how they get tagged. So inside of Thrive Automator, which is kind of like a Zapier type tool, it operates on triggers and then do this. I have a trigger for when a user receives access to a product, which they get from buying it in ThriveCart. ThriveCart then tells Thrive Apprentice, someone got access to this, here's their info. And remember, it gets their info because it sends them account credentials. What we do there is we say, well, add them to Fluent CRM, which Thrive Suite has an awesome integration with. And then I add them to a list and then I tag them. And because that automation runs so seamlessly, it then triggers this automation inside of Fluent CRM, which sends them a more warm and welcoming email where it kind of onboards them a little bit better than just the email for their account credentials. And in case you're wondering, because I have got this question before, why are they separate? Why is there an account credentials email and a welcome email? Why aren't they the same thing? Well, the answer to that one right now at the time of this recording is pretty simple, because account credentials from a WordPress website built in Thrive Apprentice cannot make their way into an email marketing tool like ConvertKit or ActiveCampaign. And second, the account credential email is site-wide. It's for all of your products. So if somebody were to purchase just your membership, you would probably want to send them a welcome email all about your membership onboarding. And if they bought your course, maybe as a separate product, you'd want to send them an email about that. Your account credential email needs to be a little bit more broad, and it needs to just basically say, welcome to the website. Here's how you access all of your content. I'm hoping that Thrive adds some Automator features in the future that'll allow us to send account credential emails specific to each product. And if they do, of course, I'll add another video. All right, so another key step in the onboarding process is a confirmation page. This is where your users are going to go after they purchase your membership or your course in ThriveCart. They need to be sent here. And I'm going to show you how to set that up. But on this page, I basically recommend kind of all those nice things you'd like to see when you're onboarding somebody. I have a video that plays here. This is done with Presto Player. I have what's coming next, kind of like step 1, check your email. Didn't get your opt-in or got it, etc. Here's what you do next. Step 2, log into the dashboard. Step 3, visit the community. This is basically my first way of saying to people, here's what you do next. And then remember, they're going to get an account credential email. So I tell them, hey, you're going to get 2 emails. And then they get another email that's their welcome email that basically tells them all of this stuff again. So when all is said and done, they've been at least told twice what to do. And I've got a nice little video that says, here's how you do it. All right, next we need to create something that our users can interact with to log in. Now for me, I use a login page and a member dashboard, all built inside of Thrive Suite using conditional display. And I have a whole video on how to do that, link in the description. Suffice it to say, here is my dashboard. And if I click log out for you just to show you, it transitions seamlessly into my login form. It's actually the homepage of my membership site. So they go to my site, they need to log in, they immediately see the dashboard. Again, link in the description on how to put that together. Now, you really should go watch that video, but for those that just want an understanding of how a login element works and how to create a very simple login page, I'm going to walk you through just a couple of those mechanics. So to add a login element to any page, you go here on the right-hand side, you expand the element tray and you search for login, and you drop in a login and registration form onto your page. I'm going to click on my login and registration form, and I'm going to make sure that it's set to just a login form. I don't want people to register for an account, and I don't want them to be able to do both. So it's just a login form that I've customized to look how I want mine to. You have total control over that. Now, the section that you should pay most attention to is the submission actions. So after a successful login, what happens? If you're using my method, we're just going to refresh our page because our conditional display is then just going to show our dashboard. If, however, you have a separate login page, which I go into all the details in that other video why I don't like this method, then you would simply go to redirect a custom URL, maybe send them to your dashboard, or you would redirect to your apprentice course index page, which is that template that you set up when you first set up the school wizard for Thrive Apprentice. So this is what you choose to determine what happens after they log in. And again, you can put this on any page. The key is just to let Thrive Apprentice know where that page is. And to do that, we're going into Settings, Login and Access Restriction. And right here under Login and Registration page, you're just going to choose the login page that you created. For us, it was the dashboard that doubles as our login page and our dashboard. And that's it. Your login flow is complete. When a user logs out, they'll be sent back to your login page. And when they log in, they'll be sent wherever you told that login form to send them, or just to refresh the page because you're going to show them an awesome dashboard. Now, the last component of our funnel on our website side of things is our sales page. And I've included templates to my sales pages and a couple different options for those who are in my course. But essentially, you can build this inside of Thrive Architect, and you'd want to choose a landing page or at least turn off the header so that you can have an isolated experience for those that land here. But I'll leave that up to you. For me, I just create a simple landing page. I kind of tell them what's in the course, additional benefits of enrolling, who it's for, that kind of thing, and then some FAQs. Now, the reason I'm showing you this, because you know you need a sales page, is we're using ThriveCart. And with ThriveCart, we have some options. So for us, any of these buttons, I like to send them off to ThriveCart. For example, enroll in the course. And here they can check out. I've got a couple little additional things here, but then they're good to go. Alternatively, you can embed the checkout experience on your landing page. But I have found just through testing that for whatever reason, this converts better. So I've sent people just to a very simple checkout inside of ThriveCart. All right, now we need to go inside of ThriveCart and create a new product. I'm going to go through just the basics of doing this for you. I actually have a complete ThriveCart workshop for beginners that goes through all of these details and a lot more, which is available to members of Convology Pro. And don't forget, there's a special offer at the end of the video if you stick around. Now, if you haven't done so already, one of the things you want to do is to go to View Integrations inside of ThriveCart and then find Thrive Apprentice, click View Settings, and you need to authorize your site. You can see here, I already have my site authorized. Now, to authorize your site is pretty simple. You just click Authorize with another Thrive Apprentice site, and they give you this video here that's pretty good, but essentially all you need to do is type the name of your site, put the URL of your website. So if your website's convology.com, you put https://www.convology.com, and then you paste in your Thrive Apprentice API key. Let me show you where to get that. So to get your API key, you go to Settings, API Keys in Thrive Apprentice, give your key a name. I recommend ThriveCart or TC, that's what I use. And then they give you an API key. Make sure it's toggled by default to active, and then click Save, copy that, and jump back over to ThriveCart. All right, so with ThriveCart authorized and the integration set, we're now going to create a product. And I'm going to walk you through just a few of the basics of setting up a product inside of ThriveCart, getting it connected to Thrive Apprentice, and some of the settings that I recommend that you make. Now, there's a lot more to ThriveCart. It's an amazing tool. I have a complete workshop for beginners, and I did mention there's a special offer at the end of this video, and that might have something to do with it as well. So name your product. People will see this. It'll appear in your cart, so give it a name that you want people to see. Go ahead and put it in test mode because we're going to test our funnel at the end of this. You can put it in test mode, and that means you're going to use test Stripe credentials, for example, to make a purchase and not have to use real money when doing any tests. And then when you're done, you'll come back in here and swap it over to live, and then walk through pricing, put all your pricing in, set up a bump if you want. And I am going to record more videos for ThriveCart and Thrive Apprentice in the very near future, where I'm going to go into more details about, well, what would a bump be? How would you implement it, fulfill it? And then what would an upsell be? How would you implement that and fulfill it? The tab we most care about is fulfillment, because it's here that where you select what should happen after purchase. By default, it says display their total or invoice. We want to send them to a membership site, and we want to select our platform. This for us is Thrive Apprentice, and our site. This will be the name that you gave it when you set up the integration. And then we need to select the course to apply for our purchase. So in this case, it's Thrive Apprentice to Master. That's the name of my product. But you will find your product, not your course, but your product that you added your course to. And if this is a membership, your product that you're selling as your membership. Select that here. And then you're going to want to check the box that says revoke access when a customer cancels or refunds. I highly recommend it. That way it removes them from the product in Thrive Apprentice as well. And then for the login URL, this is where you want to put your confirmation page. Remember the confirmation page I showed you? Grab that URL and put it in here. Now let's go to the Checkout tab, and under Design, launch our editor. And remember, I like to use the version hosted at ThriveCart. You can use the embedded form if you want. I'm not going to go through setting any of this design up or anything like that. You're welcome to check out my workshop if you want to. But what we're going to do is go to the Success Page tab, and the option that I recommend you enable is when the purchase is complete, we don't want to show a customizable success page. We want to redirect them to our custom page, which is that confirmation or login page that we just put in there. So they call it the login page. They also call it the custom page. We know it as the confirmation page. So that's why we put that URL in there. And then when you're done, save and exit. If you're embedding your checkout experience, grab the embed code, drop it into an HTML element inside of Thrive Architect, or have your buttons link over, just click save and get URL, copy your link your buttons from your sales page to ThriveCart. All right, we are almost done with this funnel. Let's test everything that we've implemented thus far. So like I mentioned, I'm in test mode and I just created a new test product for us to demo this with, and I'm going to enter my account information. So my name, we'll go ahead and stick with Doug. For email address, I'm going to put in just a test email for us to use. And then I'm going to click copy card number because ThriveCart gives you test credentials with Stripe, and then you just enter in any date in the future. So we'll just say 1 of 25, and then we'll just say 1, 2, 3. Any 3 digits for the CVC will work on demo, and then click enroll in the course. All right, there we go. It redirected me to my course confirmation page, which looks a little different from the confirmation page I showed you for the membership, but we hit our confirmation page, and I'm actually already logged in as an admin, but what we're going to do is I'm going to log out as an admin, and then we're going to go over that login process. All right, so I got my emails. I got my account creation email with my login credentials, which I've just put in right here. I got my welcome email, which was sent through Fluent CRM, and now I'm ready to log in. So remember, we put our login page under the login and registration page settings in Thrive Apprentice. Let's click login. There we go. It loads up our dashboard. Let's do a couple of tests here. For us, we're going to go to our course library. Okay, so let's choose Thrive Theme Builder Essentials. We want to see that error message because we don't own this course on this account. So I'm going to click on that, and you'll see that I did get my error message. It says you don't own this course. It knows we're logged in, so it didn't show us a login button because that custom access restriction rule we did not include a button for. It does say join the membership or enroll in the course. Let's go back to courses and access a course that we do have access to. And here you go. You can see we have access to the Thrive Apprentice to Master 4.0 course. All right, that's it. The funnel is complete from top to bottom. We set up everything along the way inside of Thrive Apprentice 4.0. We set up everything on the ThriveCart side that we needed to. It was actually pretty easy, wasn't it? And now I want to talk to you about that special offer that I do have available. If you're interested in my Thrive Apprentice to Master 4.0 course, you can actually get it completely for free. All you have to do is, if you don't own ThriveCart yet, you can purchase ThriveCart through my affiliate link. It's convology.com/ThriveCart. I'll put a link in the description. And if you'd like to pick that up, I will give you Thrive Apprentice to Master 4.0 and my ThriveCart for Beginners workshop completely for free as a thank you for doing that, because I do get a little bit of a kickback commission from ThriveCart if you buy through my link. Otherwise, I hope that tutorial was helpful. Again, I've linked other videos that are complementary to this tutorial inside of the description, things like that custom dashboard for you to check out and that SMTP email setup configuration demo. If you have any questions about setting up Thrive Apprentice 4.0, whether it be for a ThriveCart funnel or not, please feel free to leave a comment down below. I do read all of them. My channel's not big enough that I can't read all the comments, so I do read all of them and I do try to reply. But that's going to do it for me in this tutorial. I'm Doug from Convology, and I'll see you in the next one.